Hello and welcome back. Right, yes, this is the cleanup. It is. We're just gonna quickly run around. In fact, let's do this without running for once. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly show you around the farm briefly. Now, you obviously know because you've been sort of with me, but I just want to show you the scale of the job that is waiting for me, which I am not going to not going to show you. Not going to have you sort of like, yeah, because it would, oh, it is going to be monstrous. It is. Now, this field, unlike all the others, oh my life, I thought, I always forget there's a lovely generous grass headlands on that. Yes, there is no straw on this one. There isn't. No. Mr. Angry, hello, and we have a sea of hay bales for me to pick up, and I do mean a sea. Now I do believe I've actually got the last one to bale. I think I have. You need to crone and bale that one, but yeah, apart from that one, this is what awaits me, little old me, this monstrous task. This is because we've made the switch to the Heston baler, although I've got to be honest, gathering 14 old-fashioned bales up before still was, yeah, so this one is to do, yeah, I'll get this going, I should get the workers going to gather this. I was quite nicely surprised, the grass strips didn't really have much of an impact, they were much smaller than I remembered in my head. So yes, we've got this one to bale, which I shall set them going in a moment. I'm going to do that off camera, all of this operation cleanup. I am going to do, when I say off camera, I am going to cycle in every now and again, and I am going to show you what's cracking off, but it is just too monumental, too giant a task. Now, how is the honey doing? Also, yeah, we've been as we've taken this tour of honour, this lap of honour. It's typical when I actually started on literally the cameras on ROMBOZ, or started on ROMBOZ, there was a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. But typically I hadn't hit record at that moment. I was, yes. And I always forget, I do wish it would stay in camera. I'm sure FS19 did used to do that. If you went in a vehicle and you went in cab, sorry, it would remember that you were in cab, and next time it would do that. Yes, we have this. So I'm not going to go all the way up because, yeah, there's a lot of field and a lot of bales. But I think you may be getting the picture that there's quite a big task to do. Just the scale of this is humongous. Yeah, there's a few. Yeah, there are a few bits I do realise I did see in editing that got missed. A few. That reminds me, oh, I've got a tree to clear up. Go and grab the, yeah, our tree we got. A little, yeah. Here we go. Let's go and see the animals while we're down here. Want to make sure, because it has been a while. I have had a couple of weeks when I wasn't very well. I did do a ROMBOZ a few episodes. Not, yeah, I wasn't feeling that this I knew was going to be monumental. And there's going to be very little that I actually can capture on camera. There is, because you would probably give up the will to live if I did this all on camera and probably sack me and never watch any more content. That's going to be that big a task. It truly is. Right, let's have a look. I still do think I'm right on this. I should have done exactly what I said I was going to do. Because that is, I mean, I can work with it, but it is bits and pieces of it are horrible. It really is terrible. Right. 75 out of 490. 27, oh, 19 tons of water still, milk, and that's all good. That's not bad, actually. I can live with that. And how are Summer and, I've still not quite got the other ones. Lily and Summer. 9 out of 12 tons, and 4, yeah, they drink so very little. They are so absolutely amazing. Yeah, I realise that, yeah, I've repaired that silliness of mine, haven't I? Let's go and see how are these doing. 78 tons out of 85 tons. Now, these are not pig-like pigs. These are amazing. Straw, yeah, I've not actually done any straw in them. I've been doing slurry, haven't I? And the slurry, does that share? What's the point? Slurry, 15 tons. Okay, smashing. And now the cows. 44 tons out of... No, I thought I was reading 55 tons then. It's 556,250 litres capacity. So that is definitely working and doing its job. Which means we don't need to quite run over here, so as I was doing. 26 tons out of 33. And yeah, 100% health, and I was 72 out of 145. So there we go. I'm completely happy with that. Right, now then, I know there have been yet further updates on the map. There have, and yes, Kevin did sort of put the comment in on the comments, and yeah, now that I will be going to try to feature that, I will. We've also got this. Was a lot of work for us to do, because we do realise we've got a million tons of, yes, produce that we need to be doing a super duper bakery. Now, the land bakery has had its wings clipped, you could say, but I haven't updated it yet. But it is imminent. It's having its wings clipped as we speak. It really is. Also, as I said, we have bought that slot for that type of thing. You know, the slab of where I went last time. We have bought that, but we would still have to drop in all of the tons of things, so it's a long way to go. I prefer to stick a little bit closer to things, yeah, like that. I truly do, because we've got to fill them up. So this, we've sort of taken this corner of the field up so far, and this sort of ends this. Yeah, we also have this bit here, and although I don't like chopping trees off, I did mention this last time, there is an awful lot of land here, and it is relatively flat, so I am thinking that we may clear this patch and have this as our corner. We may even take this fence off and join it, so that it just goes this away, although there is still the public right of way. Yeah, there is the Sierra or Prey. Could be Sierra or Prey. Right, okay. Yeah, I'm not usually bad at pronunciation of French, but that was probably terrible, because Sierra, I have never seen any word like that in French. Or prey, of. Okay, my French is very rusty. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been at school, and I have touched it a little bit, but it is a little bit. Right, so all baling is done, and I now need to do that. We will be having a look at. Now, I believe Kevin said water, as in like there were fish in the water. So we would need some sort of a water, wouldn't we? Which, yeah, now then I would imagine, yeah, I'm going to have to find out. Is that a little river? Because that would be water. Well, we shall definitely feature it, because I do love the lens. It is horrible. I was looking at JMGaming's score on the mod up, and I thought, it is strange how people, Oxygen David, for one, an absolute artiste, and yet I have got to be honest, JMGaming has gone to lengths that I don't think any other gamer, any other modder has gone to, and yet yeah, Rizu Forest was similar as well. There were a few comments, even by some of my favourite content creators, that not nasty, but yeah, not acknowledging the beauty of Rizu Forest. Frithgar did a series on Rizu Forest. He recognised its beauty, and yeah, he run a full let's play on it. But likewise, ROMBOZ is, as I said, he did catch me out on the scale, because when you look at a field, it looks like a big field, but when you hit it, you think this is This is not a big field, this is a prairie. I was right. Even though I said it in jest, it is monstrous. It is. All of these fields, well, as I've been through that episode where I showed you just how big this really is, the scale of the, I would say, problem. But it does make you have to think outside the box, which is I've tried to meet this with that, with all those little areas of storage and things like that, to try to shrink the workload, you could say, but you've still got to go to those points and grab the stuff out and put it somewhere else. So yes, I am not going to waffle on forever. So we need to clear that. We are going to do this quickly. I'm not sure whether we should even, because of the, I don't like, the thing is I don't really like using the tree begun, because it seems, if you were going to chop trees down, you'd want to use the wood rather than sort of destroy them. Now I realise it's a game and all the rest of it, but if we were going to do that, I would want to make use of the wood and acknowledge the fact that I've chopped it down. And yeah, obviously there is a remuneration, although it is very little when you use that. But yeah, if you don't delimb them, and I haven't got time to delimb them, so therefore I would be just using the little saw bench to sell them straight away. So yes, that's, but I do think it really is all options. Obviously we have got where the animals are, but that's animal corner, it really is, and there's not much room, and yeah, we've taken all of that up really with animals. I just don't want to, I don't think that's an option, but I do think we've cleared this, the BJ's gone, and I do think we could stick productions going down from here. So that's plan A. That needs sorting, even if it's not in the month of July. We need to get there's no point in doing all these monster harvests with all of this produce if you aren't going to use it. I mean, I know we could sell it, but that's not the point. We're going to make some oil. We are going to make, so that said, what we were going to do was we're going to make use of what we have got. Yeah, and literally we are. So we already make cheese. We do also, I do think we need more than the Milmond. In fact, yeah, I don't do this very often now. I am trying my best not to use the, let's pop down there. Let's do, for once, a map teleport. I should have jumped in this, shouldn't I, really? Let's just have a look at the Milmond. I don't think this is coping. It isn't on any map, although it is one of the best dairies. It's still, because of the sheer amount, you here should be alright at the minute. Yes, we're actually doing okay. 34 tons. We do need to buy some sugar, and I am going to start doing the chocolate. I'm going to start doing that on a lot, because I have sort of realised you do sometimes have to buy produce in from other people to actually, yeah, you do. So we're going to do that. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to keep waffling. We know what we've got to do. I am going to do a lot of this off camera now. The cleanup, operation cleanup, that I am going to do. Get stuck in. We are going to try and find a body of water, and we're going to go and have a look at that. And I think, to be honest, today, if I can get the bales sorted out, that is a massive, massive undertaking, and then we shall see what have we got stored already. Have we got any straw stored? I don't want there to be any, straw. There's none in that one. There is no straw in that one. There is no straw in that one. Now these ones, because we've now got the monster in, if you have seen my American, sorry, my word brain's struggling a bit. I can't keep, there's certain words I can't sort of keep thinking, so yeah, please forgive my mental lack of no, there's nothing in there, so that means if we've got any, it's probably in the main storage, which we will see up here. Have we got any straw? No. So that means all straw is out at the minute. There's none. If it was being done, then it's not been put anywhere at yet. So we're going to stick that, and then when I've got that all in, I am going to start the cameras again, and I'm going to show you how much straw and also the hay. I am going to put some hay in the old ones. I'm not going to forget them. No, they are still valid things, so they chug along nicely. They're only half as slow as the new ones that are stupendous, but I am going to make good use of those. But I'm not going to start processing. We're doing alright. We've got 700,000. Yes, 700,000 pounds. 700,000 euros in the bank. We have. So tide us over till the back end, where we're going to call the builders in. We're going to have bakeries built because we've got a lot of stuff, and also we're going to start to use the monster that is the industrial BGA, and you will see that our money will not be under $1 million for long. I'm just going to say that it was going to literally, it will strip bare all of our produce, which we know is a lot. It is. And let's do a little bit of sums quickly. This is the boring bit, I know, but yeah, let's have a look. Right, so we did do this. So call that 450. We'll round. There's still some in as well to do. So 450 tons and 1,000,000 and 1,100,000. Yeah, 1,100 and 1,100. Oh my life, nearly 1,800. 2.3 million almost. 2.3. Now that one's negligible. And so is that. So that's 2.4 million tons of silage. That is a lot, as we all know, a real lot. I mean, we've done that before, but our last BGAs, our 3 BGAs, were in no way, shape or form capable of dealing with that kind of throughput. This one is, and I mean, it will get through that in less than a day. It is a beast. You can watch it. I can sit on that, and in 10 minutes it will have devoured 500 tons, which is its hopper limit, and it is an absolute monster. It is, but fits this map to a T. This is the beautiful giant. It really is a gorgeous map. It is, and if people don't appreciate JMGaming's skill as a map maker, then that's their loss, truly, because it is a glorious, it is a beautiful Let's Play. It does present challenges, of course it does. It isn't really for the faint of heart or those who haven't got any time. This is my ROMBOZ weekends, it is, and if I get through all the bales being pulled in and make one episode, because there's so much off-camera work for me to do, we are going to probably prepare our fields over the winter. We shall get going. That reminds me, what we have that, and that is no-till. But we have, of course, first of all, got to clear everything. Now, August, September, we can do some, but I do need sugar beet. I am going to put sugar beet in, I think, what I call field 7, the big one. Yeah, the one that did have, the one above the little house on the prairie fields where we are now, where my arrow is. Yes, that one there. I'm going to put sugar beet in that one. And we have got crop rotation on, so it's going to sting us badly if we stick the same thing in. So this one can go cereal because it's had oil seed, but the ones that had cereal, they can't have cereal again, or we're going to go literally get absolutely hammered. So they will be yeah, we could even go sunflower. Not with this, I'd realise. Yeah, this is only a cedar. We could, again, we've still got enough money to buy. That's a point. Have we got, I know we have. Let's have a look in our thing on what we've got. How many ploughs did I buy in the end? Did I buy 3? I did, which is 27 metres. So we can seriously plough these fields up, and if I find that it isn't doing well, then we will buy the big 27 metre ones and get a couple of those, and we shall rip these up grand style. Yeah, because we shall see. We shall see if those 3 9s are good enough or not. But yeah, as I said, this is a matter of scale. This needs teams of equipment. I think we're there on our equipment. We just remind myself as well as you on how many tractors we have got. Yeah, that's 5 smalls. I think we've got more larges if I remember. 2 mediums and 5 large. Yeah, although I class the Deutzer 336 as a high-end medium, personally. The Axion is high, definitely 445 horses, and that is 517. That is a big tractor, it is, and these are beasts. One of them which I upgraded, if I remember rightly. Yes, I did. Smash it. Got the other one. I thought we got a tracked version. I thought it was no, it's the Western Wilds. I keep making that mistake. So, a lot of work, no more waffling. now it's for me to put the pedal to the metal, as the old saying goes, and to get some work done. So I am gonna, yeah, I'm gonna sort of show you at times. You know I can't cheat on this because the Heston baler, it's impossible for it to be used by Courseplay. Well, I might put that to the test, and if it works I will actually show it, but I truly don't think that is something I can do. Do you know, because my favourite tractor's a fence, I am going to take the fence out for a spin. I am. We are going to go grab some bales. So I am going to stop recording for a little bit, and I am going to see you in, well, for you it will be a little while. For me it's going to be a long while. You can see the time is now 3:30 on Saturday the 3rd of September. Yes, you shall see when we get the bales in, if it's done in one session, of course. Yes, I shall start the cameras again in a little while, so I shall see you shortly. I do love it when I make those monumental guffaws of saying things like that and then realise that, yeah, we have got a field that we are going to sort out, so I am going to at least switch the cameras on for a little while. Yeah, I know there's a little bit to clean up, but you know, as I said, it's a matter of scale. It is fairly well cleaned. There are little bits and pockets, but you know, we have got so much to do that I haven't, yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. But yes, I just wanted to switch the cameras on for a minute to sort of get these and sort of show you the scale of the last fields, and we will cut back in when I have got the amount of bales on this, just so as you know. So yeah, I am going to see you shortly. And also, I am right, I should have more than one bale pusher, so I am going to get the store to deliver another couple, because the scope of this is that we need more of these delivering, and I don't like to ever do that off camera where I'm buying things without, because then you see the money's gone and you think, where did the money go? I mean, I know there's tick downs because of wages and stuff like that, which you do understand that that's going to happen, but yeah, the bale pusher, going to get another couple of these, and we're going to go, I think, red, and we'll buy that, and let's go for a, we'll go for a pink one to try to, it is a really vivid pink though. Then let's reset that, because I don't want to be doing too much of that. I do definitely am trying to be sort of good. So we have our one harvester, the twin screw. Yes, amazing. Right, let's get the class going. It is very green because it did an awful lot of work. Now, yeah, I did repair everything. I was quite good. I don't know if you saw, yes, in the last session, me repairing. I think I did. Yeah, I'm not normally bad with things like that. It reminds me, where have I put the repair? If I move that, no, it's sitting on the corner. It is. Ooh, I'm not a massive fan of pink. That's why I'm doing this, because it's to try to cure me of my pinkophobia. It is. I was brought up in a time when pink was definitely a girl's colour, and of course that's not really true, is it? So yeah, right, let's set this going. We have got the windrowing. So yes, let's set this going, and oh, we need to reset the bale count. See if I remember. So Shift Alt Y, Shift Y, Alt Y, Control Alt Y. Yes, that's the one. Right, smashing. Bale count 0. So you do know now. Obviously, there's the one almost in the chain, but in fact, let's just let's get that one gone, and then we're going to reset it again. Right, smashing. So, still forgot what's the Control Alt. No, Shift Control Y. No, Control Y. But you're not in the tractor, you Wally. Right, it did work still though. It was one of those. Right. Okay, then. I'm going to cut through. The next bit you shall see is when the baling has been finished on this field, and little old me, I'm going to start working on grabbing all of the bales off all of the fields with the fence. That's right, the warrior, the TTV is doing the work. The windrows you can see at the bottom of the field, although that's usually difficult for you to see when it's like that. So 90 metre, load, activate, we'll set him going. And yeah, I am going to cut back in a little while. We have a bit of flickering, we do, and I shall show you the progress, so see you shortly. Do you know, a simple job, simple, somehow it's got wangled around this tree, and I mean it's actually part of the tree now, so I don't like hurting trees, but do you know, I really have got no other choice but to, if it'll let me, to chop this tree down. Yeah, and then we shall... Oh, I've forgotten about that. Let's just pull forward a little bit, and that should pull it over now, and hopefully the worker will go... It's right near that other one as well. Right, let's do nearest. Go. Alright, we will delim that one. We shall. If it doesn't drag it along, of course. Right. Yeah, let's try to do this the proper... They're too skinny. They are. I don't stick to my thing of... It is true. There, I think that's... Oh, that's really nasty. Right, that's it. Problem solved. I did wonder, why on earth is there an object in the field? We've not even done any bales yet, so it was that. The tree was in the way, and it formed a natural bond with the windrow. There's the baler busy now. Right, so I shall literally start the camera once the baling is hopefully finished without any more accidents. So I shall see you shortly. Bale count seems a little bit on the short side, so I thought I'd stick the cameras on for a minute. I know we missed that patch, we know that, I showed that in the episode, but yeah, it seems a little bit on the short side for all that we did, but we're going to have a bit of a wander just to see what was missed. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've not even, it's now 4:05 and I haven't even finished the grabbing the hay bales. Yeah, I'm probably about 2/3 the way through that, just so as, yeah, you realise it's going to take a while, it truly is. Right, let's just make sure that we are cleaned up enough. It doesn't look bad, it just, believe me, we are not short of bales, so I'm not worried. It just seems on all of the other fields that we were in hundreds and things like that, so I just wanted to make sure that there was not in a lot of windrows missed or silly things like that. So I'm really not worried about a lack of bales. No. In fact, this was the problem I was thinking about. Is there, even for PCs, a limit? I know there is on console, and I'm not sure if there is on PC. Because if there is, I would say we're probably going to meet it. Luckily, we probably are going to stick... I don't know whether it's storing or whether it's just having. Yeah, I'm really not sure. We may hit a wall where it doesn't allow us to do any more, but I am obviously also as fast. Yeah, I mean the hay bales, I have got, say, half of those stuck in the storage, and yeah, I'm going to obviously do the same with these. So, it doesn't look bad though. I think it's cleaned up quite nicely, truthfully. So, yeah, I don't think there's any massive bits missed, so we'll just take this as, yeah. Just clean these little, quite large windows that you always seem to get on the turns. And I think we're going to leave it at that. I'm going to get stuck into the rest of my hay bales, which there are plenty of. Yeah. So, I did say that, I'd let you know, but say we're up to 57, so... Yeah, in comparison to all the other fields, this one definitely... I would imagine, actually... now that is a point. This field, because it has got strips of grass, we should just... Let's step out of the tractor for a minute. It still does read crop rotation cereal. Sorry, I had a field with strips of grass that actually didn't... It foxed the crop rotation on Stone Valley. So I was wondering if this was going to be the same, but I think it must be proportional strips of grass. These are only little tiny bits. It obviously doesn't count. So, yeah. Anyway, I am going to crack on now with that's all of the work done on this. Let's just get those out. So we're up to 58 bales, and that is it. It is. So, yeah, I shall see you shortly. I thought I'd just show this field behind me is now cleared. There is just probably one more set here at the top end of the field. I thought I'd leave the best. I did make one mistake. Those 4 bales that you see approaching, I accidentally hit the unfold button, and of course, well, I don't think you can cancel it. I'm almost sure I don't know if you can on this one. I know you can't on the other ones. Once you've like said unfold, it's got to literally let go. So I thought, you know, it's easier to just drop them off than it is to worry about it, and I'll grab them at the end. So yes, I think we've got probably, I would say, a set and a half off this field. This is the first field obviously I've done. I thought I'd get the hay off. I've put a couple of loads in the old one, maybe 3, and most of the others are in the one, because obviously, oh yes, I now have made quite a few mistakes. I was going to show you there is a way you can actually correct when you don't grab one, but it's often more faffy than if you just let it go and just come back at it. It is basically, you've got to do this. I am trying to do a lot of in cab, but obviously this was me recording without anybody sort of watching, so I'm going back to what is comfortable, although it is getting more comfortable in cab. Like anything, practice makes perfect. It does. I am trying to move so that the I'm doing an awful lot of in cab, so it's as realistic as it can be. I would like to do that one time. So this is our last set on this field. I am going to cut back. It is now 4:30, so that's an hour's work. We have finished the bottom, as you will have seen, but obviously the bales are all done, and there were far less on that one than there were on any others. So yes, I shall cut back in when what I think I'm going to do is, because this is such a monumental task, I think I'm going to do 2 fields. I'm going to leave the biggest field, the big one that we've always started the work on, which is field 40. It is a monster of a field. It really is. It's almost the same size as the little house on the prairie. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one and the one above, and then I'm going to leave 35 and field CP3 as it is on there for me to do next time, and I'm going to leave field 40. I don't mean I'm going to do it over the weekend. I'm doing it in bites because I think it's just too big a task for a human being to do in one bite of the cherry. It gets mind-numbing, and then you start making mistakes and your workmanship gets sloppy and all the rest of it. So yeah, I'm going to have some breaks and in between, so it won't be a single session, which even as I said it earlier, I thought that's never going to happen. You're not going to do this in one hit. Nobody could. Well, I have actually sort of done monster ones, the one on Westbridge Hills, which was the name of the map that I couldn't think earlier. Yeah, that's that mind-numbing baling task I did. That wasn't done in one session, but there were bits of that were very long, very long. Yeah, the wrapping, I think I did it all in one session, and that I always find is the most monstrous of them all. So yeah. Right. Anyway, yes, I shall cut back when I have. At the when I've done field 7, or when I'm halfway through, or when I'm 3/4 of the way through. So I'm going to see you shortly. Right, last view on the second field now. So yes, these are the last set of bales. So I thought I'd just quickly sort of show you me doing this. So yeah, this is it's now 4:50. It is. So it's been quite, this is what I would call longer than a normal session, and we're not even halfway through. But yeah, this is not unexpected, it really isn't. And as I said a long time ago, when we were drawing all those thousands of tons, those millions of litres of grass in those first episodes, the gain is commensurate with the efforts. It truly is. If you are working on a scale like this, then you are going to gain the benefits. I mean, I think the 1,000,000 tons of barley and wheat speaks for itself. You know, obviously 500,000 of each, but yes, that does speak for itself. It is monumental. It is. You don't normally. That's not a normal amount. I think if we all got 100 tons of wheat, it is quite. I mean, on my Hobo's Hollow, I have got that in an entire harvest of all my fields, 125 tons, and that was fantastic. We got that off a field, Yeah, so it's just a matter of scale, as I keep saying. Right, that is that. I'm going to show you what I've got in. Also, the other thing I did realise, obviously, although I have said about keeping the Hessians, they are brilliant, but obviously if we're dealing with bales, you can't just drop bales in, it has to be loose, and we're not dealing in loose, so I'm going to drain those down and we are going to replace them. I also think I've got the farm production, the two barns too close to the... I'm going to keep them, I'm not going to move them now, but I do think we need another one over where they... Hessian, I shall show you, we'll go over there in a minute. Yeah, I'll just drop this last set in here and then we'll have a quick look, and then I'm going to fertile. Yeah, I was just thinking to myself as I was sort of talking about the fence. I think on every Let's Play there is a tractor, and it sometimes changes. I'll give you an example on Hobo's Hollow. My go-to, I think I mentioned this in the very last episode, my go-to was the case. It really was. Let's drop this off as well. It was our #1 tractor and now it's #4 in the pecking order, because we've obviously bought bigger tractors as time went on, but I've still got a soft spot for the case. It is one of those, it led the charge for most of the battle that is Hobo's Hollow. It did. So this likewise, no, this hasn't led the charge, but just as in the Western Wilds I have a JCB fast track, it's the 348 horsepower one, and I class that as my lead tractor. It's not the biggest, but it is my lead tractor. It's the one I would go to if I want to get somewhere fast, and this likewise, speed and strength and versatility more than anything are, yeah, or its thing. So this here, this particular one, I think this one needs replacing. Obviously we need to grab the little bit of silage out of it, and I think this one needs replacing with another one of those. It's in between these two fields and will service this area. Otherwise we have the either that or maybe this one here needs shifting, moving. Maybe this one is not quite in a good place, but it has got so much in it at present. Yeah, 528 tons, 453 silage, 528 of hay, that it would take an awful long time to shift that. The only thing is it's also sharing storage with the Omatana, which is rather annoying. This one likewise. This did get more than anything, and also this got more straw than any other one, because I got all of the straw. Again, it's placement. This was the closest one to this, and I thought, I am not charging over there. But again, this is what I'm trying to say. We need that one there. Isn't really, it's more almost like a yard one. I think truthfully it's not terribly well placed, and this is something you only learn when you start to work on a farm. It is. So we may dismantle it, and if you get my drift, and shift that one here, because then it is in between these two. But I'm not 100% sure that this is the right place for it. Bearing in mind this is a big field, I think more like, again, this is only something you learn when you start playing a map. I think somewhere up here by the honey. Are these... I think, is this classed as ours, this in-between bit? Because again, I will plant some trees, though I do realise I am decimating trees. Where am I on the map? Where am I? I am, oh, there, by that. Let's have a look. It is. This little copse of trees is classed as ours. So I may well clear some of these trees and stick the farm productions up here and move some of the fences. Actually, there's already some moved, and then put back the fence out of the bits here. Or do I? Or do I just leave that as a natural break? It's not like it's a cattle. It's not like it's keeping cattle. It is nice to have this. So maybe I will just remove the Hessian, grab that silage out and stick that other one further up there. So it is only sometimes, work patterns are only sometimes discovered when you've actually worked and realise your mistake, because you find out afterwards that you didn't think of something that you later thought of. So yes, and I do, again, we'll shift those. I don't know whether to, I'll stick to my guns. I think that is true what I said. Also, I think No, that is still a natural barrier. I do think, yeah, we'll probably shift that barrier there and actually stick productions in that section, and also going down, we'll concrete some of that section down there. But I do want to replace, I've always been funny about replacing, usually 2 for 1. It's always been my golden rule. So I think we do need to plant some trees. No, we've not decimated entire forests or anything, but yeah, I do think going forwards that is something that has always been my golden rule, that I think we should do that. Again, yeah, we will find a corner, we will, somewhere that's, and also spread out. I suppose you can always do sometimes boulevards of trees down places like this that make it look quite nice. So yeah, there is also that option, truthfully. I don't think that's such a bad idea. So if we take all of those down, that would, for a 2 for 1 base, if there are 30 trees there, which I don't think that's far off, then we'd stick 60 trees down here all the way down, and we can easily do that. Again, we could even, I suppose, when you think about it, if we're talking about closing this somewhat, we could actually stick a row of trees in there. You can still leave a slight gap in the middle for us to get through if we want, but there is a natural gate here, although I think what I'd like to do is remove the gate and extend this and bigger. It's not quite, the equipment we've got is all too big for it. We almost clip the side posts all the time. I think I'd like to join the fence and remove that and stick I would like to stick a gateway. It makes more sense to have a proper gate though than it does this huge thing, but I'd love to see what doubles there are that are big enough for what we want to achieve, if there is anything in the game yet that is that large. I've not looked close enough. It's something I would do off camera, but yeah, improvements. It's not always about all the work, is it? But yeah, let me just show you exactly what we have gathered in so far though in the productions. Obviously we saw it was mainly in those. In fact, yeah, I've not stuck any in anything else. So there is, yeah, 527. Again, I'm not sure what was in there from the last time. So 527 hay, straw, that's got nothing, so that's the top one. This one's got 974, and 1.4 million tons of straw. So that's the one that got all of the straw from that field. So that is a lot. So I do think that before next session, we maybe off camera, I'll grab that 51 tons of silage and stick that in there. So yeah, next time I'm going to literally work on this field and field 35, because the field 35 hasn't got many. This one, if you remember, I think this was up to 178, something like that. This one was quite a lot, if I remember. Now, weren't these barley? Yes, they were. Does barley produce more straw than wheat? Because there seem an awfully lot more bales on the barley ones than there is on the wheat, which suggests to me, because this one here isn't the biggest of fields. If you look on the actual map, it's actually probably, I would say it's on par with 35 with what's available, because obviously we know some of it's got grass now on it, although yeah, that shows where the animals are, so actually no, that is an accurate thing of it, but that doesn't to me look much bigger than 35. 35's got 55 bales. I'm sure the animal field, as I call it, or CP3 as you see it on the screen, I'm sure that was well over 100. So that to me suggests that barley has got a greater amount of straw than wheat. I don't know if that's accurate, but it does seem to be from this, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to carry on waffling. That is the state of play for now. I will literally grab that. Also, likewise, yeah, that's running again, aren't I realise. Yes, I do think likewise the Hessian at the top of this one. Also, obviously, we know that I started to put these storage areas at the top of the fields, and I made the mistake on the first one. It's this type, but I made the mistake of getting the 100,000 litre one, which we filled very quickly with. Yeah, obviously the second one I put was very much like this one, which has got, I think, a lot, yeah, 5 million capacity. So yeah, I would like to replace the one that was wrong once we've got the wheat out of it. And again, likewise, I think we should put a farm productions silo here. So yeah, Yeah, in time I am actually. I think, no, this one's well placed. Although I think it's too high. But then again, I suppose it's close to the BGA. So I suppose there's always going to be a trade-off. I think personally it should have gone further down here. Ideally. But I'm not going to shift it now. It'll do there. It's just a little bit more running. But it also means it's closer to the BGA. So you can't have it always. There's always going to be something. So what? One more of those up there. That Hessian gone. That Hessian over the back gone, and 2 more farm supplies productions putting in. I'm not going to get rid of the Omatana ones because they always accept bales and they're still very useful. There's no point in me replacing them. They're very well placed, truthfully, on that. So yeah, they're slower, but they still churn through. I don't know why. Yeah, I think the only thing is, I was thinking. I say that it's like anything when something's superseded by something that's better. Bottom line is, if we put water in those, the grass ones, we actually get digestate from that. We don't get digestate from those. So would you, in real life, if you've got an additional product that is going to bring you in income, would you go back to your old product that didn't? So although I say that, I think I might, thinking about it theoretically, what it means. I do think, though, there is a case for the one that is over there to be shifted and it to be going somewhere like about, say, here for these 2 fields, and then that one that we said to go between those 2 fields. That way everything's covered, including this biofarm supplies production. It's also got one at the top, this one and that one, and one at the bottom for this one and this one again. So it's replacing the old when they're empty, of course, when we've got all the silage out. I think that's what we're going to do, and we should do the same. I think both Hessians have got 51 tons in, so we'll get the 100 odd tons out of both of those, dismantle and sell them to another farmer who, yeah, there are plenty of farmers who want those. They are fantastic. I'm not saying I don't, it's just that they are, again, this is a matter of scaling out, and it's a matter of learning from experience of what works best for your farm, and that is even a matter of scale. So it is. Anyway, I'm not going to waffle on. Yes, this is, I'm not going to sort of, I'm going to do the rest obviously over another session or 2 sessions, because the big field, that is going to take some time. I think that's going to be a session for me, not a recording session on my own to do this one. I truly do. Anyway, enough waffling. Yeah, I shall keep you in the loop on all that we do. I shall cut to next time I start this, so I shall see you shortly.